Setting no expectations on yourself. Expectations are essentially limitations, yet we abbreviate them with relevance to ourselves. When we set expectations on ourselves, essentially we are tying the rope around ourselves and then attaching it to something. Now, a great example of this is when we set any expectation in life. When we start to set expectations, all we are doing is setting an end result or an end destination, which isn't a negative. However, it isn't a negative as long as we don't allow it to be a negative. A lot of ourselves, we are striving for change, striving to achieve something, striving to love something, to find something, to bring joy, to bring happiness. And what we're doing is we're essentially creating something within a form of imagination that's going to allow us to reach this milestone or reach this sense of achievement. But what we're doing is we're limiting ourselves to the point of contentment within change, within the blossoming of the moment, because we feel that we attach ourselves to the belief that there's going to be one way how we're going to achieve that, and that's the way. And then when we might be starting the steps correctly, we might be walking towards on the right place. But when we might be starting the steps correctly, looking for change, looking for a sense of, blossoming of the potential we are. And this is great. This is absolutely positive. But what we need to understand is that setting expectations on ourselves is only going to attach us to a certain destiny. And if we can, a great example of this is when we have this beautiful idea to change or to grow something, and then we find that it's not working, but because we've set an expectation on ourselves in the first place, like this is what we're going to achieve, and if we don't do it, we're a failure. It doesn't work like that, because the mind is out there to make us fail. The mind isn't our friend unless we can control the mind and understand that it's just a program that's essentially keeping us within a point of attention. But when we can free from the mind, we can understand that we are much more than the mind, and we can't let the mind put expectations on our potential, because we are forever blossoming. We are forever infinite, and we don't have one potential. We have infinite possibilities of existence. So to essentially to set an expectation on ourselves in the first place is literally putting us in a cage. Although we might be going from a smaller cage to a bigger cage, we're still in a cage. To free ourselves from any potential of entrapment is to understand that we don't set expectations in life. We set intentions. When we can just set intentions, and that might be to achieve, a 10-kilometer run. If we go out and say, all right, I'm going to run every single day, and if I don't run, I'm going to hurt myself, because that's what we do. We want to achieve, so we're quite tough. Or I'm going to go on a diet, and if I break this diet, this is what the mind's trying to do. The heart is trying to generate change, to generate love, to generate, a growth. And the mind is then taking that and saying, the only way that we're going to do this is this way. But that is incorrect. It's not that it's incorrect, it's injustice to the potential who we are as infinite manifestations of existence. So it's crucial to realize that we were right in the first place, generating that essence of acknowledgement that there is room for growth is the key to start the ignition. To fuel to an infinite potential is to examine, to set intentions, and to set dreams rather than set expectations.